Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing great. So I wanted to just first show off my t-shirt from Shami Vlogs. I think it looks good on me. And the cape is because I have bad hair. So let's get into this today's video. Hi, my name is Lynn Zabu. If it's your first time to see me, hey, you are welcome to this amazing world. And if it's you know you're my returning subscriber, thank you. You guys are amazing. You are the best. I've been having bad hair days, so we have to cover it up. We have to cover it up. Yes, we have. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about, I've been doing videos on housing lately and so on and so forth. So in today's video, let's talk about the things you need to consider before you start building your own house, okay? Especially here in Uganda. So first and foremost, you need to consider how much money you have in your pocket before you even start thinking about building. This is very important because it will give you a picture on what you can or cannot have, all right? Then knowing how much you have in your pocket also defines how quick or how fast or how big or how small your house is going to be. So consider the amount of money that you have in your pocket. Most times here in Uganda, we don't, like the biggest percentage, like 80%, if not 90% of Ugandans do not know about mortgages or taking up loans for building. So most people who take up loans for building are people who are doing arcades or like huge, massive business buildings. But for some of us who are doing just, basic house for living in, we do not know even about mortgages. I can tell you, most of the money you see that they use, they already have that money onto their account, or they go process by process one. So now that you know that you need to have money, like liquid cash, if you're not, an MP, or you don't have a big business like me, or you need to know the amount of money that you have in your pocket, and that will help you define how fast, the quality of material you're going to use, and all that stuff. But most times Ugandans start with as little as $1,000, to get material and all that stuff. And it also depends on how fast you want the house. Anyway, number 2, consider the availability of your space. Like, how big is your space? If your space is big, it will give you different kinds of plans. When I talk of plans, I mean that thing you envision in your head, or what type of house you want to have. So you can't have a space like mine and want to put on a 5-bedroom house, because it is not possible. Well, you can, but it's kind of difficult for you to have the plan you want. So consider the kind of space that you have before you even think about the plan that you have. So many pieces of land are not square like this. Some of them are short, some of them. So consider what space you have, or your availability of space, okay, before you get mad at anyone. Number 3, consider the kind of plan that you have. And when you know the kind of plan that you have, then those two can help you, concede with the other two first things that I told you. So I had a different plan. When I was starting to build this one, I had a different plan. But because of my money, I did not have the ability to pull through with it. First of all, because you need to pay with different government entities for you to actually be allowed to build up a house here in Uganda, especially in Kampala and the surrounding areas, because they're trying to minimize on the poor housing that has been happening over and over the years. So I had a different plan, but because I had to pay the municipality, then I have to pay KCC, then I have to pay you have to pay so many things before you even start building. And because I did not have the funds, like in my brain I was like, I don't want to leave this house, my previous house. Like, I don't want to leave this house and go into another rental. Like, I've had enough rental issues. So I'm going to put up just one room like this, and then shift all my things into that one room of mine. And then later when I have money, like actual good money, because this one was a miracle. I don't even know how I got here, but here we are. So my plan was to just have one room. And when I went to the municipal, I paid for only one room, and all the other things just came after. Miraculously, like Rose played a very big role in helping me accomplish my dream. Rose, you guys who are watching. Anyway, the whole point is knowing, what was the point again? I forgot. But consider all those factors, because at the end of the day, they are going to affect the money you already have in your account. So, for example, the municipal, you pay 500. It's different. Every municipal or every type or part of the country has different. So consider the plan you have, because the higher the bigger your plan, that's how much money the municipal is going to ask you to put it up. If you have one room, the price is different. If you have two rooms, the price is different. If you have a whole big glofa flat or storage house, that is a whole different. So consider the kind of plan you have. And yes, then number 4, is it number 5, number 4? Let's say number 5. Consider the comfort that you are looking for as an individual. Since we spend a lot of time renting, a lot of time cohabiting or sharing rooms, when you have your own space, you'd like to make sure that you're comfortable, that you are safe, that you are, So again, to go back to my example of this place, is I wanted one room to just put my things and store them, and then I can continue doing my YouTube videos or whatever. But then when I got here, I realized I have way too much stuff that it wouldn't fit in that one room. So that's when Rose came in, improvised for me, and then I was able to raise the money to add the upper part, which you see. It wasn't on plan, it just happened after, because I needed to have a place to put my bed and then some other place to put the rest of my things. So, because to me, comfort is key. Like, I need to be comfortable enough in my own house, however small or big it is. So consider the comfort. Some other people, when they're building like the other houses of NSSF, like that big project of NSSF I showed you last time, I saw the houses and they're really beautiful, but I realized that it's not they're beautiful houses, definitely, definitely. But me, I would never buy those houses because of my own comfort. First of all, I like to be in a house and nobody knows that I'm in the house. Like, I like to have a specific corner to hide, which they didn't have. And I need that. I need the comfortability. Anyway, point number 6, consider the security of the area that you're going to build in. What do I mean by this? There are very, very many houses that a thief can break into any house or into any fence, anywhere. But when you're building in Uganda, you must make sure that the doors have metallic bars inside, what we prefer to call burglars, which is going to be a little bit hard. In the US or elsewhere in the world, when I'm watching TikTok videos, I can see that they only put glasses and that's it. Well, in Uganda, it doesn't work that way. Your house could be a 3-house storage and you still need to put burglars because thieves will break into your house. So you need to make sure that the house is secure enough. And with security, I mean with water as well, because if you build it in a swamp, definitely at one point the water will break into your house and destroy everything you have. So that means you have nothing but damages to repair year in and year out. And also make sure the cement that you use is very, 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 very strong, because if not, we have a lot of wind nowadays, we have a lot of rain nowadays, unplanned rain and planned weather changes. So you need to make sure that your security is top notch. Know where to put the window, where to put the door, and of course on my side I'll add on lighting, because as you can see, I'm in my house, the door is just open and I can do a video here. I don't need extra, extra lights. I don't need extra light. Anyway, if so far this video is important, you put it down here and give it a thumbs up and give it yeah, all those kinds of things. What other issue do you think I've left, or what other thing you need to consider before you build your own house? Put it in the comment section. If I forget anything, please put it down below so everybody else can learn, because I'm here to learn. I'm here to hear from you as well. The other thing you need to consider is the contractor or the engineer you use. Now, I do not know, because this should have been the first point, because engineers will have you ruined. They will steal your cement. They will do a lot of damages that will cost you a lot of money to fix or to correct what the problem is later. I, for one, I had one engineer that I started with, and the things that I've had to go through with this place are so draining. I had a different budget for this house, a really, really, really small budget, the smallest you can think of. And these engineers have made me run dry zero. So it is very important for you to choose engineers who love what they do, who are committed to their work, who you can talk to. Because if not, they're going to leave you in a situation I'm in right now. I can't even completely finish my house because they ruined the plan. First of all, we had a different plan. They did different things. I bought different material. They tell you today buy this, tomorrow they tell you buy another thing. And money is not just there, waiting for you. to keep making those financial adjustments when it comes to building. So it's very important that you choose an engineer who knows what they're doing, who will do the actual measurements to avoid accidents, because there are many buildings that collapse halfway. They fall and kill people. They put in less cement, they put in less, like they like to take off a certain percentage of the materials you get. And that leads us to our next point to consider. Consider your availability as an individual to be able to supervise what you're doing. If you are going to build a house and you're not buying, consider actually being there in person. I mean, in person, because that way you'll know what cement they used, what bricks they used, how long it took them to do, is it up to standard. Like, make sure you are available in person. If you can't be available, then you need to allocate any of your sisters or brothers, or somebody you can trust. But I, who happens to have 2 siblings who are abroad and 2 who are in school, and my parents is a whole long story, I had to make sure that I'm here in person. So because you have to be there, I lost my customers. Like I told you guys, I was doing, and I am still doing, a boutique business. But I lost a lot of opportunities and things and friends within that time, because I had to make sure I am here most of the time to see exactly what is going on. All right? So now that you know all the things you need to consider before building a house here in Uganda, I hope you are on your way to getting your own place. And the good news about building in Uganda is that you don't have to be like super, super rich to actually build, because once you build, it's your house. There's no more other payments. Yeah. So those are all the things you need to consider, really, before you start building. So now I wish you luck in finding your own safe place. And I'd like to thank Rose so much for the financial assistance she extended to me. I would like to thank Sarah Tourist for the financial assistance and for the emotional support. I'd also like to thank Shami Vlogs, because that girl is always a phone call away to hear me out. I would like to thank many, many, many people around me, and you, my viewers. Like, I don't know what to give you someday. Anyway, I don't want to make this video any longer. I'll see you in my next one. Please suggest what video. I can't promise you that I can do moving vlogs right now, because it's kind of tight. Yes, it's kind of tight. I'm still trying to figure out so many things here. But you can suggest a topic that you want us to talk about. You can suggest a live. You can, feel free to suggest whatever you want to suggest, because your goal is here, and make sure you push it. Like, bam! Because I did it. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.